Hey friends, followers, peers, and students and teachers. This is David Bedrick. I've been doing these sessions for maybe a year now, maybe longer, that I call UnShamed TV Live. It's an offering without costs to those people who are interested in my work, who just want to learn for themselves, who want to get to know my work. But this is it's not an edited down so that you can buy something else offering. Of course, I would love for you to follow my other courses and classes. The next one begins on Tuesday. My monthly medicines, they're $45 a month to join. But these are a true full offering, and I'll talk about my work and you'll watch me do it. Welcome Carla, Adrian, Yvonne, and other names that are, you look good, thank you, Sana Hisatu, if I'm saying that right. I'm sure I'm not saying it right. Sarah. Sometimes I start with a quote from Galway Kinnell. Galway Kinnell is a American U.S. poet, a white male poet, and he has the first line of a poem which goes, the bud stands for all things. The bud, the thing that can flower, that can unfold, right? The bud we can think of as infolded, and then the bud can unfold. And I love the idea that it stands for everything. That's the essence of UnShaming in a poetic expression. That means I look at what you're bringing to me as a bud, whether that's anger or depression or relationship conflict or a stomach ache or a confidence problem or inner criticism or boundary issues. Everything I take as if inside of it, enfolded in it, is a bud, and given the right, proper, unshaming, compassionate witnessing, it will become itself. And there's many beauties to that approach, but one of them is the sovereignty of the person I'm helping is the most essential thing. That means that I'm not interested in my answers, my theories, anybody's answers and anybody's theories. When I help a person, outside of that, I'm interested in people's ideas and I read about things. But when I work with people, my only model I have is what's inside of them, given the proper unshaming witnessing, will show their answer, their next step. So I recently just finished it. That's good. I guess those go together. I just finished a chapter from my upcoming book, UnShamed. It'll be published by North Atlantic Books next year, on feelings and talking about anger. And so much of what people say about anger is because I got triggered. Anger really is a secondary emotion. It's not a good frequency. It's really hiding grief and sadness. It's something to get over, something I have to calm down about. It's my dysregulated self. All of that can be interesting, but it also can be shaming. Can you see it? I'm treating a thing like it's a problem. Imagine I treated you or a person with your minoritized social identity potentially as a problem. The da-da-da problem, fill in the blank. The woman problem, the black problem, the gay problem. These are hurtful ideas. Can you see it? I'm looking at something as if something's wrong with it, as opposed to an expression of a culture in response to a dominant culture. And what's the dominant culture around personal issues, cultural viewpoints, and internalized cultural viewpoints? So I'm waiting for the person to come. Her name is Domiziana, and let me see, Domiziana, have you made a request, I hope, to join? Somebody named Karen Ridfeld, but I don't think that's you, Karen, if I'm right. Um, um, so what am I looking for? You have to make a request. Um, sorry, I'm just looking at things. Indigo Lily, I think, should be under. So if you're here, please. There you are. Great. She's just via my assistant, Kieran Friesen, has been vetted so that she knows this is not therapy and that I'm not going to see her afterwards necessarily, and that she's agreed to be public here. And but I don't know what she's going to bring, and we'll see. I'm just moving my thing a little bit. So, do I say your name, Domiziana? Am I saying it right?
Yeah, it's Domiziana, but
Domiziana.
Yeah, with a more marked how do you say it? The okay, I can't see you.
You can?
No, I can't see you.
Oh, I can see you.
Oh, oh. Okay.
Still no?
Mm-mm.
Oh, I wonder what's going on. That's probably. I think that's on your end. We can ask other people. If somebody else can see me, can you just say yes or no to me so we know whether I'm recording? I think I am. I can see myself. I'm not my narcissism. I look. Oh, so somebody says I can see both. Okay. I'm not sure why you're not seeing me on that. Oh, I'm sorry about that.
It could be, I don't know. Maybe I could like exit and rejoin.
Okay. Give it one try. And I'll just chat with people for a minute. Thank you, friends.
Yeah.
Thank you, Lori and Malucci, is that how you say it? For letting us know. Hang in, friends. Oh, thank you, Drazara. I'm reading Instagram names. I don't know how you say it. So, yeah. I just finished the 2 chapters in my book. One is on feelings, UnShaming feelings and how feelings get shamed. I shouldn't be depressed. I got to antidepress. Good. We don't want you to die, be suicidal, and only be low energy. But depression, when it's unshamed, takes us into territory that has intelligence about what the depression means and says. But just real quickly, as I wait for Domiziana, it's been a heavy time, everybody. Oh, Sarah Dross, thank you, Sarah. It's been a heavy time for many of us, all of us, I think, in some way, in the world. The heaviness, the climate issues. We can't not look. I can't. I shouldn't say we. Many of us can't not look at the Middle East and the hell and the threat to the Palestinian people. Can't help but cry to even think about it. The pain of the region and the history that created this what are you going to call it? Overwhelm, violence. Thank you, Lucy. So, Louise, it's a big moment, is all I can say at the moment without going further into it. But I always ask myself, what does what I'm doing have to do with the current day? And sometimes it's obvious to me, and sometimes I have to meditate, meaning wait, talk to the earth, listen to my dreams. And lately I had to like dig in deep. How do I respond to this? Not just how do I fit it in to promote my work. I love to promote my work, but and I've been thinking so much about the need for our authenticity and our gifts, the medicine that life, God, earth, whatever, your mother or father put in you to deliver, because we need the best of ourselves. We can't make a difference with truncated selves. Do you know what I mean? We can't shame parts of ourselves. That's no good. That's no good. That's no good. Until we end up with a shell of how I'm supposed to be or what I find appropriate. I understand why we would do that some people break off parts of themselves to survive. That makes a shitload of sense. You can't just say, put it back together. But the unshaming doorway into putting ourselves together, because the world needs you, regardless of whether I agree with your opinion or not. That's a whole nother political discussion, and I'm happy to have it at another moment. But we need the best of you. Yeah. Okay, let me try Domitiana again and see if we can get her, and then we'll hopefully do an unshaming session. Thank you all. There she is. Oops.
Okay.
Can you see me?
Here I am. Yeah, I can see you now.
Domitiana, you are living in Italy. Is that the place of your birth, your home?
Yeah, I'm currently in Italy,
Great.
and
Well,
I lived here for 20 years, my age.
okay. Remind me if I'm speaking too quickly. Remind me, David, slow down or something like that, because being from the United States has a potency, right? Everyone should conform to me. I'm not thinking believer, but that's how it is. But I sometimes act that way. I just act like this is the way everyone should. Everybody should understand me, and that's a kind of an unconscious privilege. And unconscious privilege itself doesn't damage or shame, but
Yeah,
unconscious privilege does, because then I start to treat people like they're not normal because they can't follow my way. And so I just want to bring that up. What's on your mind and heart? Say anything you want. I'm going to take notes. So sometimes I'll look down, and that means I'm scribbling away. And
yeah. I wanted to talk about something that I've always had on my back. Like whenever I do something, literally everything, I always feel kind of wrong.
Wrong.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
and it's very strong. I just try to ignore it, but at this time in my life, it's becoming very harsher than normally is. Than
Uh-huh.
it's not.
Well, that's really important to me. I love the way you say things. Sometimes I listen to people who don't have my language, and they say things more clearly, right? It's on my back. What a great
Yeah,
phrase. There's something, isn't that? She's already implying body. It's on my back. Some people in my world say, I have a monkey on my back when they have addiction. So something's grabbing me, right?
yeah,
I don't see it.
something like
It's doing that. And
yes,
if we were together, I want to say a little bit more before we jump in. If we were together and we were open to making physical contact, not everybody, that's not right for everybody, especially with a man and a woman. But then I would say, grab me by the back, right? And
yeah,
and
it,
make me feel wrong, because we want to know that. In the unshaming approach, the idea is what's on her back,
yeah.
as opposed to trying to be
What's
compassionate. Oh, I'm sorry, da, 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 ignore it. That's not fair. I think I don't know what's actually happening, but I know certain things already. It's on your back, and
yeah,
that leads you to feel wrong, and then it happens after you do something. And I
yes,
sometimes call that backlash. Do you know that phrase? Backlash. Mm-hmm.
yeah. I know. Like when you do something and you get the
Yes,
consequences of doing. Yeah.
yes. Oops, I shouldn't have said that. And now I'll beat myself up for
Exactly.
6 weeks,
Exactly. Oh my
all night
God.
long, right? Called the backlash, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I shouldn't be so this, so that. Oh my God. Why am I being an asshole? Why am I being like this?
Yeah.
But it's just
Mm-hmm.
simple things like
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
for example, I say that I think you're pretty. I tell you that you're pretty, and this thing beside me, I don't know, um, tells me like, no, uh, you're putting, you're saying something that it isn't true, like you're doing it only to, for being accepted by the person. And it makes me so angry because I truly do things from my heart. I always feel like I do things from inside me.
Yes.
And
Beautiful. I'm listening. Keep going. I'm listening to you.
yeah, and like it's so oppressing. It's so, I don't know, it's like something that traps me.
Yes. I hear that.
And
I hear that. Yeah. There's what I'm just sometimes, Domitiana, I talk about what I'm thinking and doing because I'm teaching, I'm trying to work with you and help you the best I can, and then teach people what unshaming is about. So I'm thinking, how can I help Domitiana unshame? That means witness what's happening her more deeply so that she can discover her own medicine. And then I think of two ways so far. There's maybe zillions, but I think of two ways to get to know you better. One is through the body, getting on my back. We can't do that physically together, but your hand, you see, your right hand goes instantly to your shoulder. And that says to me that your body agrees with that idea. Because when people's body, if I say you got a headache and somebody kind of goes like that, then I think, oh, their system is saying, thank you for mentioning that. Where if I said to somebody, you have a headache, and they said, yeah, well, and then that means my idea wasn't so useful. That's not a criticism. That just says keep following the person, David. They're telling you, but you put your hand there. That's important. And then the other direction, and I think the body is the right direction, and we're going to go that way, I think. But the other direction is a dialogue. You're also showing me a dialogue.
yeah,
I say someone you're pretty. Someone says you're just trying to be accepted. That's not real. And somebody else says, I come from my heart, right? So inside of you, there's a dialogue. I'm not making that up. I'm witnessing your dialogue. So we could do one if we could go into the dialogue, play one part and play the other. Some people call that parts work. When I learned it, we called it drama therapy or role play. It's all the same. It means
beautiful.
take parts that are inside a person and allow them to dialogue.
Yeah.
Or we could go into that body experience to yeah. What do you think? Both look good on you, sort of, because you're smiling with both. What moves you? And either way is good. There's no right answer.
Um, I don't know. Maybe we could try the dialogue one.
Okay, let's start there, and we may move to the body, the getting on my back later, because you're what I call good feedback, meaning the person's energy is saying that's a good idea. It's very important to unshaming because as an unshaming facilitator, a process worker, a process facilitator, I call that,
Yeah.
we don't want my ideas to lead. We want what you show me. So if I have an idea, like I said, and you don't, something energetically doesn't say that's a good idea, then drop it and keep listening, David. The person will eventually show us the direction. I don't need a protocol, the 6 steps already figured out. The steps exist in you.
I agree
Yeah, you got it.
so much with what you say and what you think about. Like, literally, I think you're really great.
Thank you. Let's do the dialogue. One side says, you're just saying someone's pretty to get accepted. You're not authentic. And somebody else says, I speak from my heart. Which side are you on? We'll do both. Which side in the moment would you like to take?
I would like to take, I speak with my heart.
Okay. Well, Domitiano, I think when you talk to people, you're just wanting to be accepted. You're not saying what's really true for you. You speak back to me.
Okay. Well, I think in reality, I do speak from my heart. Like, everything I say comes from this. If I
Mm-hmm.
wasn't okay with what I was saying, I wouldn't say that.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't
Okay,
talk.
great. Now I want to ask you, can we shift? I'm going to be the Domitiana speaks from her heart, and I want you to be the person who says, no, you're not being something honest or authentic. And the reason I want to do that, Domitiana, and for everyone, is I now hear how you speak from your heart, that how you advocate and support that, but I don't know what this criticism is about yet. So I need to hear more of it. One part of me wants you just to win, right? Win the argument. Tell that person who criticizes you to get the hell out of your system.
Yeah.
But I want to make sure that that's your way. I don't know that that's your way yet. So I'm going to play the I speak from my heart. I want you to get on my back, criticize me, tell me I'm
Okay.
wrong. Mm-hmm. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah. Go ahead. Well, when I tell someone they're pretty, I'm speaking from my heart. What do you say? Mm-hmm.
I don't think that it's true. I think that you just do it because, you know, you.
Yes.
Words don't come out.
Take your time. I understand English is not your mother tongue. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You just tell those things because you are scared of
Mm-hmm.
what people might think of you if you don't show them that they are valuable.
I see. Well,
So you
I
are.
think. Go ahead. I'm sorry. I'm listening.
So what you are is just an egoistic person. You don't really care.
Ouch.
Yeah, it
Ouch.
hurts.
When you call me egoistical, and it hurts. I don't. I'm open to some of the things you're saying, but the way you talk to me is hateful and contemptuous. It's hateful, and it makes me feel bad. So I just want to say that to you. But then I want to ask you a question, dear whoever you are. And what if I'm scared sometimes? What's wrong with that? How come you don't say, oh, you're a little frightened sometimes? How can I make you feel more safe? How come you don't say that and you just put me down?
I do it because that's what I learned.
Oh, sometimes I do want more acceptance. I think I speak from my heart, but maybe you're noticing something. I may be wrong, but maybe you're noticing sometimes I am scared. And I think, so what? That doesn't make me egoistic. It just makes me a little frightened at times. Everybody's frightened. I know David, he's insecure a whole bunch. He writes posts and he shakes in the middle of the night thinking, oh my gosh, maybe I shouldn't have said that. I better take it down. What's so bad about being scared and needing some acceptance? That doesn't seem like an unhuman thing. Huh. You're laughing and smiling about that. That touches
No,
you.
because sometimes when this internal dialogue is happening, that's exactly what I think about. It's just that this dictator won't
Yes.
won't listen.
Yeah. It won't listen. Me over that voice that says you're not being true and you're wrong. You scare me. You don't accept me. I don't know about the other people, but you make me feel wrong. You're too harsh. Maybe you're noticing I'm a little frightened sometimes. How about giving me an embrace? Telling me I'm pretty and beautiful? How about supporting me a little bit? That wouldn't be so bad. Then I might feel a little bit more easy. Now let me ask you, let's do something with the body just to go further. And I'm by the way, I just want to say to you, Dominiciana, and everyone, Dominiciana had what I call good feedback energy to me suggesting that possibility. If she didn't, I wouldn't go there. But I tried something, and she smiles and shows me energy that was touching to her. That says to me that resonates for her. Does that make sense? Because in UnShaming, I'm not interested in my answer. I want to make sure I'm touching the truth that lives inside her. Otherwise, my answers won't sustain. It's like giving people a pill and they say thank you and they never take it. Great psychological medicine, but it doesn't work, so it has to resonate. Let's go into the body a little bit, and this time let's go into your heart, because you're talking about things that come from your heart, and you put your hand there. And let's now ask the body about what's true for you in your heart, following your direction. Something's in my heart where I want to speak from. And put your hand on that heart like you were doing, and just feel. Some people call this somatic experience. I call it sensory grounded body experience. Feeling the sensations inside the heart area. Great, your eyes are closed. That means that she's going in and feeling. And I'm talking a little much while a person's feeling, but I'm doing that for everyone, so I'm going to be a little quiet. What's it like inside there, Dominiciana?
It's full of moving things. I feel my eye tingling, and it's not bad at all. It's really beautiful instead. It's just so, it's full of movement. It's full of life. I feel excited when I close my eyes.
Wow, that's incredible. I had no idea you were going to say that. That's amazing. I'm noticing two things. One is you like what lives inside of you. You think it's beautiful, as opposed to being harsh about it. That's very important to me, given what you're wanting help with, to know there's a part of you that's not harsh, that might not be true. Somebody might say, oh, I feel like this, but I hate that about myself. But you're not. There's something inside of you that says there's beauty and life inside of me. Take that in first, and then we'll go a step further.
Yeah.
Someone that lives inside of you feels her heart and says, I'm beautiful and full of life. That's very touching.
Wait, I just felt when I was saying that,
yes,
that I felt beautiful and full of life inside of me. Something came and asked me, is it true? Or are you just telling things because you want to, like the other thing I said, you like, do you really think you're beautiful? Or are you saying that
that's
because
great. Let's go into the dialogue, back to the dialogue just for a second, but then I want to go back to the body, because the body is going to tell us more. But then if I were you and you said, do you really think you're beautiful? I would say, it just came out of me, didn't it? I wasn't trying to figure something out.
yeah,
I just said, oh, I go inside and I see something beautiful. Why would you? I wasn't thinking, I wasn't trying to make something out of it. It just came right out of me
yeah,
naturally. Why would you doubt me? Why would you doubt that? It was pure. Oh, you're hand
Yeah,
still on your heart.
it really is pure. In fact, I don't understand why
Yes. Yes.
you will. I really don't understand why you will be telling lies.
Yeah. I'm not
Because
telling lies. Go ahead. Hmm.
because I also felt that um, that beautiful moving energy
Thank you.
through your eyes.
Thank you. Thank you for changing your mind. I see that that part is open-minded. You could say, no, you're lying. But you say, oh, thanks for asking. I do see it as beautiful. So you're inside of you, there's a part that's open to changing. That's very important because sometimes our inner critics are not open to changing. This is the way reality is. I'll never change. I'll always hate your guts. I'll always think
Yeah,
your hair is not good and my hair is better or whatever, right? So sometimes those are not so changeable, but it's changeable inside of you. And now we're going one step further. We're going back to the body because you're going to need more contact with inside of you so that when you're coming out with your ideas, you're even closer to your heart.
yeah.
So you don't say afterwards, it came from my heart. You're closer to your heart like you were just now. Your
And
process says, yeah, go ahead. I'm listening.
while I was talking about the critic, I just felt something really kind. How can I explain it? Kind of a burning sphere. I don't know how to
I love it.
really explain it inside of my stomach. Like,
Beautiful. Beautiful. I love that. Let's go back to the heart energy because I'm saying this to everybody because she's going to still has this inner doubter, critic, you're lying inside of her. It's changeable. She has other parts of her that aren't like that. That's going to be very important to her growth and development. But it's not going to only go away because we're doing this. So my next question is, if there's a critic putting somebody down and it's not going to go away today, quickly, what grows? If we're cooking, if we're in alchemy, I'm going to keep criticizing you, and we cook that. What cooks in there? Is there not that it's good to have a critic? I'm not thinking, oh, isn't that lovely? Something puts you down. I'm not thinking
yeah.
that. That's bypassing bullshit.
Oh my God, wait. Oh, 1 second, because the phone is a bit. I have to put in
Okay.
the charger.
Okay.
So, is it a problem if I'm like this?
No, not
Wait.
for me. No. Is it? Okay, you're sideways. I like it.
I'm a
She's
bit.
sideways.
Yeah. Okay.
Domitiana is saying, I shouldn't only be vertical. I should be horizontal, you say. I think that's good. She's
Yeah.
a unique person, you see.
Oh.
So, and now we need what the body says further, because sometimes what I've learned from working with people, sometimes a critic stays there, and what comes out of that is the person becomes more and more themselves. David, you can't do that. I'm going to do more of it. David, you shouldn't be this way. Oh, that's the part of me that you can't stand. I must need that. So sometimes that's the energy. Go back to your heart, put your hand there. And I noticed something when you were doing that. When you were telling me about what's in your heart and feeling your heart, and your eyes were closed, you made a motion with your hand. Your body, your words were communicating to me, and your body was. And you started doing something like this. You said, it's an energy, it's excitement. And you
Yeah.
did something like this. Can you
It.
do that again with your hand and let your hand express what's in your heart? We're still staying close to Soma, people. I'm not asking her for a thought, but the body is starting to show me something, and I want to take the intelligence of that motion now. And can you go back to that hand that's moving again? feeling your heart moving, and let your hand do that even more, that motion. Beautiful. And let it even be more free. Yeah. Great. And then all the way as if there's nothing there to say don't be that way. Yeah. And imagine your whole body could be like that. That your whole body was doing this back and forth, and your head was doing it, and your shoulders were doing it. Let your whole body get into like it's a dance. Your head moves and your
I feel
shoulders.
bad.
It's a dance. Yes. Go ahead. That's the dance of her heart. This is what lives in her. Stay with that, Dominiziana. Don't let it go. Believe in it with all your might, as if you're thinking, this is me. This is true. I'm like this. And I'd say, what kind of a person or spirit are you, dear dancing one? What would you say? Who are you? You're interesting. On your side, making those motions, head and hands moving around like that. A little back and forth.
Yeah, it's so beautiful. Like, who
Tell
am
me what
I?
you're like. I want to meet you. You're interesting. I met Domitiana before. She feels like something's wrong about her. What kind of a person are you?
I'm a dreamer.
You are? Tell me
A
more. And
dreamer.
stay with the motion. Don't leave the body intelligence.
Okay.
I don't want to get only in our head. You're a dreamer? What's it like to be
Yeah.
a dreamer?
It's so powerful. Like there are things that words can't really express.
Really?
They really don't. So when I talk and I tell you that you are pretty, I'm not only saying that you're pretty, but I'm also telling a lot more. It's not just that. But the rest of it, I can't really explain it with words.
Wow. That's amazing. That's amazing to me. So when Domitiana is saying someone's pretty, in a way, she's not saying everything, but it's not because she's lying. It's because there's even more in her that words can't even say.
Yeah.
The criticism is wrong. It's not like you're wrong or you're trying to be something else. It's that you have things in you that are even bigger than words, beyond words. Wow. You're a dreamer. You're communicating things beyond regular language. Oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
I really do. And since people can see it and didn't see it when I was, younger,
Yes.
I just kind of assume that what I'm saying, it's false. But
I
it's
see.
just because I don't think that people can see what I'm trying to really tell.
That's gorgeous. Yeah, you're a
And
dreamer. We need dreams and art and poetry and music. Certain things are deeper. I tell my sweetheart, I love you, but that's not all of what's in my heart. Tears are, and protectivenesses are, and challenge to who she is, wanting her to, is all kinds of things that I mean.
yeah,
Yeah. Whoa. The dreaming. That means things beneath the normal way live inside of you. That's a life path, Domitiana. How do I express the depths that live in me?
yeah,
Then I say, dear
exactly.
critic, you're an asshole for telling me I'm lying and making me feel bad and being harsh. but you have one tiny bit of truth. I'm not saying everything that's inside of me. It's not because I'm wrong. It's because I don't even know how to bring out all of the feelings that live in my heart. It's a heart issue.
Yeah.
Wow. Miziani, that's gorgeous. That's so touching to me. That's so touching to me. Yeah. How would you dancing? You have to. Your intelligence of you says to me, David, what should she do about this inner harsh figure? Then I think Domiziana should close her eyes, feel her heart, take time with that, feel the deep dance that she is, and the messages that live in her that are hard for words to say, and tell people it's hard to say them, and maybe make a poem or a song or a touch.
Can you talk more slowly?
Thank you for asking me. Yeah. Somebody might say, well, David, how will you help her with that inner harsh critic that says she's wrong, egotistical, lying? And I say, well, it's not true. It's nasty. But the deeper answer is Domitiana says, when that comes around, it means I need to close my eyes. I need to feel my heart and take a moment. I need to connect with the dancer inside of me, not just words. I need to dream and not only rely on words. I need to connect with the deepest, truest me. And then I need to express myself more from that place. Maybe in poetry, maybe in song, maybe by touch, maybe in dream images. I look at you and I see pretty. It's not like a mountain, it's like a flower. I need to express all of that lives inside of her. How does that sound to you, feel to you?
It sounds like literally what I do. You guessed right. I paint, I write, and I wanted to write a musical. Yeah. I hope to be a musical actress sometime.
That's it. That's your answer. Music and acting. Now I'm going to say, when you want to say something, act. Make it less real. It's too real, meaning, well, this shirt is really blue. It's not real. That's too real. You're a dreamer. Act. If I were to tell you my feelings, I would sing you a song. You have to be more free. I see. Yeah. Do you know the musical West Side Story?
Yeah, I do.
I love that thing. I love that. There's two versions. I love that. And I remember watching it with my Lisa, my sweetheart. And then Tony, the male lead, says to Maria, the female lead, he says, "See only me." And then I noticed I got teary as I cried. And my brain thought, that's selfish. Don't look at anybody else but me. That's controlling. But you see, the words are music. They're not, you have to do this. I want to say, see me, be the only person. I want to be the love of your life. It's a song, right?
Yeah, it's a song.
It's a song. It's a feeling. It's not a truth. I'll lock you in my house. Right? It's a feeling thing, right?
I lock you under my
I
basement.
lock you in my basement. I don't think Lisa would allow me to do that anyway. But anyway, but the feeling and the expression of our truths are deeper than the literal
Yeah,
words.
they really
Yeah.
are.
Mm.
And because of that, sometimes it's really hard for me to express things because
Mm-hmm.
it's just so deep that I can't really bring that into words.
Yes.
Sometimes I do it, and it's when I write poetry or I paint something.
Yeah.
But
That's it.
other times it's just
Mm.
difficult.
That's it.
And
Mm-hmm.
yeah, maybe
Allow
it's
yourself.
okay
I'm
like
sorry.
that.
Yeah. Allow yourself. Allow yourself to close your eyes and let poetry come out. So if I were doing that, I don't have to make the perfect poem. I don't have to make a sonnet in 13 lines. But I could say, Domiziana, spending time with you today. I look at the trees blowing out my window, and my eyes get moist, and they want to water the tree of your life.
Oh,
What does that mean? I don't know.
oh,
Mm-hmm.
that's so
Mm-hmm.
beautiful.
Because I look
Like,
out my window and I see the tree. I'm letting something else, not my, I have to say the right words. I'm letting something else speak. Mm-hmm. You want to
okay.
try it? Make a 2 or 3 line words. Close your eyes and make 1, 2 lines or 3 words even. Let the heart speak its poetry, even if it doesn't make sense. Mm-hmm.
I see a lot of bubbles,
Mm-hmm.
colorful bubbles, and circles exploding all around me. And when they explode, they release something very bright that covers all um, around me.
Now, how much better is that than saying, "Thank you very much, David. You're a great therapist, whatever." This is much. This is our language. It's your love
Yeah.
language, people. I'll call it. I don't know what that means, but yeah.
Oh my God. Yeah, it's true because
Mm-hmm.
you know I always felt like I couldn't be put in one box,
Yeah,
and
that's it.
a lot of times people in my past and um, even right now always try to kind of put me in boxes.
Yeah.
And because of my unique way of expressing things,
Mm-hmm.
um,
Yeah, that's
I
it.
feel really alone sometimes.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I hear that. Yeah. Make poetry and song out of alone. My aloneness is like, etc. I know we're gonna
Yeah,
have to close up in a moment. And so thank you for doing this with me. You remind me the answer to your difficulty, the medicine for your difficulty is not only get rid of that critic, it's wrong, you're great. It's becoming who you are, freeing up your path. The poet, the writer of musicals, the person who expresses themselves uniquely, sideways versus standing upright. It's becoming more you, not less you. Not, I should say the exact truth. Pretty is not exactly the right word. It's becoming more you. That's the unshaming way. Becoming more you. We don't want the answer only to the problem you bring. We want the you. We want you. You're the answer.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's so it's so warming.
Yeah. Thank you. I'm gonna let anybody else ask one question if they want to write one, and I won't be able to take somebody on. So great to meet you, and write me a note so I know which Instagram one to write you
Yeah.
back to. Just say, yeah.
I'm well, I used another account to do this live,
Great.
but I always comment under your posts because I truly love what you
Thank
are
you.
bringing into this world. It's something so refreshing, so powerful, and I never seen something like that.
Thank
Okay,
you.
and
Thank you.
my Insta is uova cotte al punto giusto.
Okay. Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah. You know, one of the reasons I do these lives and show people relates to what we're working on together. I can talk about what I do. I can give people the theory. I can tell them examples, but it's not the poetry. The poetry is when we are together.
Yeah,
Because something I can, when I show people, it's different than all the words I wrote. I'm working my fourth book. None of those, and some of them have great stories in them. They won't be the same, right?
yeah,
As, oh, I see what you're doing, because then people get moved in a way that I can't explain with words, right? That's what you were
yeah,
saying. It's a musical. It's the dance that I have to do with someone. Let me just show you, I say, because that's different than people say, shame is really like this. I
yeah,
disagree with your opinions.
yeah.
And I think, okay, let's argue. Good. Let's have different viewpoints. Diversity, good. But let me show you what I mean, So, and then it's gonna be better. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, lots of love to you, sister. So good meeting you. Thank you.
Oh my God, it was beautiful meeting you, really.
Yay. If anybody has a comment or a statement, they can make it, and I'll read it and comment. Otherwise, we'll close up. Remember, my next monthly medicine, it's only $45 a month. It is next Tuesday. People can join that. I have all kinds of programs I have free things, books that are very little expensive, and then longer programs. So if you're interested, you message me or go to my link tree. Yeah. Thank you, Kieran. Thank you, Kieran. Scarlet
Oh
Pieces.
yeah, thank you, Kieran.
She's my friend and my sister and my student and my teacher and my ally and
There is an
my,
Italian person, I
it
think, or
is, and she's a healer, and she's a great process worker who's been trained by me and has lots of other training. So if people are interested in this work and they're looking for a session, she'd be a great person to reach out to. You can ask me, you can write to me and say, how do I get in touch with her? And I'll do that. All right, everybody.
all
Lots
right.
of love to all of you. Take care
Bye
of your
bye.
hearts. Use your voices to stand for what you most truly believe. It doesn't have to agree with other people. Bring out your own heart. We need people who have
Yeah.
the best opinions, but we need people speaking from their hearts. Yeah. Yeah. Bye,
Yeah, we truly do.
Dominiciana.
Bye. It's been beautiful. Thank you for all, really.
Welcome. Bye.
Bye bye.